To save the girl I love most, I chose to betray her when she loved me the hardest. Everybody called me a cold-blooded dirtbag, and I did not react at all. I left her behind and became a drug trial subject. 3 years later, that trial life was over. The first thing I did was not beg for her forgiveness. I went straight to a funeral service center because after 3 years of testing, my organs were already failing bad. Now I only had 1 month left to live. I did not want her to find out that the betrayal I staged back then was on purpose and spend the rest of her life drowning in regret and guilt. So I was gonna leave her forever with that secret. Mr. Cole, the funeral package you booked comes to $86,000 total. I looked down at the bank card in my hand. I only had $50,000. Did not expect that even choosing the way I wanted to die would be a luxury to me now. I handed over the bank card. I only have $50,000 for now. Can I pay the rest in a few days? The staff said it was fine as long as I paid within a month. Making $36,000 in 1 month was gonna be real hard, but maybe there was one way I could try. I went to the biggest jewelry gala in town. Since I had no invite, security stopped me at the door. I waited outside for a full 3 hours before people finally started coming out. Olivia walked out, holding Mason by the arm, looking slim and stunning. Right as they were about to get into a black stretch Lincoln, I called out to Olivia. The second Olivia heard my voice and turned back to see me, a whole storm of emotions flashed in her eyes. Then all of it turned into bone-deep hate. I walked up to her and slipped a shell bracelet off my wrist. Olivia, I need to trade this bracelet to you for $36,000. Back when we first started dating at the beach, Olivia picked the shells and made it by hand. She told me, Ethan, just trust me. One day you can bring this back to me and trade it for the most precious thing in the world. Olivia snatched the bracelet right out of my hand. Her eyes looked like they wanted to tear me apart. Ethan, 3 years gone, and you came back just to ask me for money. I lowered my eyes and dodged her stare. If not, then forget it. I did not come here expecting much anyway. I just wanted to see her one more time before I die and lock her face into my memory. After that, I reached out to take the shell bracelet back, but Olivia tossed it straight onto the ground. I bent down to grab it, and Olivia stomped right onto the back of my hand. A cry slipped out before I could stop it. Her sharp high heel pressed down on my hand, grinding hard. The shells cracked apart. Sharp pieces stabbed into my palm. Blood started pouring out. Does it hurt? Because it still ain't close to the pain you gave me. A bunch of people gathered around us, whispering to each other. That is the dirtbag who dumped Ms. Hart back then. When Ms. Hart was still building her business, she suddenly went into heart failure and needed a new heart to stay alive. The second he found out, he ditched her and latched onto some rich heiress, lived off her, and ran overseas. Bet he regrets it like crazy now. That is why he is shameless enough to crawl back. What they said was true, but nobody knew the truth buried underneath it. Olivia pressed down even harder. The pain had my whole arm shaking. I looked up at Olivia with a faint mocking smile in my eyes. Olivia, keep acting like this, and I might think you still want me. Olivia kicked me hard and sent me to the ground. Then a brutal pain ripped through my chest. My face went ghost pale. I clenched my teeth and would not let even one groan out. I crouched on the ground, picking up the broken shell bracelet piece by piece. Then I stuffed it in my pocket and got ready to leave. But a dressed-up rich woman stepped in front of me. She was holding a thick stack of cash. I heard you used to sleep with people for just $10,000. Now here is $10,000. Strip down and let everybody see how cheap you are. The whole crowd burst out laughing when I still did not move. Someone else threw another $10,000 at me. If that is too little, I will add another $10,000 if you strip. The crowd started shouting right away. Strip him, strip him, strip him. My face burned hot. The humiliation hit me all at once. I tried to leave, but people boxed me in tight. Mason grabbed Olivia by the hand. Olivia, let's go. A man like this is not worth one more look. Olivia and Mason were just about to get into the car when somebody suddenly started ripping my clothes. Why are you still acting all high and mighty? Strip him bare and let everybody look. I curled up on the ground and held myself tight, but my clothes were already torn to pieces. Everything in front of me turned blurry. Back off, all of you. One furious shout from Olivia scattered the crowd. Right after that, a warm coat dropped over my shoulders. Ethan, where's Blake now? Back then you dumped me and went overseas with him. Is this really the life he left you with? In her eyes, I caught a trace of real concern for me. I answered with a pale face. He got bored and dumped me, but I was only after his money anyway, so I did not lose out. One time is $10,000. Ms. Hart want to give it a shot. Olivia shoved me hard back on the ground. So you really are that cheap and that desperate for money.